Okay, we're standing here at the corner of Sheldon and Pleasant in southeast Grand Rapids. This is the newest garden plot that Well House has. Well House is transitional housing, alternative housing for people who are currently homeless in Grand Rapids. It's been around since the mid-1970s, and I'm one of the two urban gardeners slash food justice educators. We acquired these lots just a couple months ago from the Kent County Land Bank, and the intention here is to grow food with and for both people who live in the houses that Well House operates and the neighborhood in which we reside. There are sort of four main things we wanted to talk about what our intention is with this space. The first one is that for us, I think the really key point is that the ability to eat healthy, nutritious food for us is a human right, something that everybody should be able to enjoy. And we don't mean just people who can afford to eat healthy, nutritious food. We mean that everybody should have the opportunity to actually consume and eat healthy, nutritious food, not based upon those who can afford to buy the most healthy, nutritious, which tends to be more expensive within the current food system or the agribusiness system, where the model is based upon food as a mechanism for making money. Within the food justice framework, for us, food is a human right, and we all should have access to the best, healthiest food there is possible.
One thing we recognize growing food in this neighborhood is that we're in what is often referred to as a food desert. And that term just means, or implies that there's a lack of access to food within this area. So we recognize that there are very few grocery stores, in the southeast area neighborhood. And of those grocery stores, it's mainly stocked with highly processed food, which is not nutritious. We're recognizing that our current food system is not focused on health, it's focused on profit. So we want to address those things in the neighborhood with Well House tenants and neighbors.
A third thing we really want to emphasize is that at Well House we really try to look at the issue of food and agriculture through a food justice lens. And that means for us two main things. First, we recognize that in the current sort of food system, which is based upon profit, and based upon an agribusiness model, is that there are a tremendous amount of the numbers of the population that sort of fall through the cracks. In other words, people who are underemployed, unemployed, and disproportionately communities of color are really marginalized within this system. So they aren't really targeted by the current food system as folks to be consumers of sort of the best and healthiest food. Not surprising that in the southeast part of Grand Rapids, it's disproportionately, in this neighborhood, it's disproportionately underemployed, unemployed, and communities of color. So when we grow food, we want to grow food with people who are currently sort of marginalized within this food system, and not for people who already have a certain level of class and race privilege. And then secondly, within that, we want to grow food in such a way that doesn't cause harm. Both ecologically, we don't want to do damage to the environment, and secondly, we don't want to use sort of exploitative labor practice, which the current food system, the agribusiness model, is based upon an exploitative labor system, whether it's migrant workers, whether it's people working kitchens, whether it's people who prepare and serve food, people who don't get paid well and work in difficult conditions. We want to try to avoid that here, again, by working with people in a collective and a cooperative way.
All right, and lastly, we're looking to work with tenants and the neighbors to provide skills and resources to learn ways to grow, prepare, and preserve their food, which is not something that is encouraged in our current food system. So, we're offering workshops and skill sharing opportunities for tenants and neighbors, seed saving workshops, offering a workshop on how to grow food in an urban setting, because all of this is to promote food sovereignty, and food sovereignty being, giving each community a say in how they want their current food system to go, and how to provide the most healthy, nutritious food for everyone in the community. So if you would like to help support Well House in our efforts, you can visit our Facebook page, or you can also go to our wellhousegr.org website and find out more information about what we're up to and find ways to pitch in if you want.
Not based